Hey guys, it's me Devious. Today I'm gonna present you my Nunu guide. I've already talked about me doing it. Yeah, and now is a perfect time for it because I've just played a game on Nunu where I was pretty much 1v9. It was like 3 and 16 team stats. And many people are like, oh, how do I play in the jungle when my whole team is feeding and everyone is losing? And yeah, because it's pretty hard to not fall behind when everyone else is doing so. Because when the enemy team gets many dragons and turrets and whatever they can get, meanwhile your laners are behind and can't really help you, and the enemies can just contest your objectives. Yeah, it's just really hard to come back. Like in really higher elos, it's almost impossible when all lanes feed, but this was a Platinum 1, Diamond 5 game, I guess, and yeah, there is pretty much anything possible. And yeah, I'm gonna show you now my runes, masteries, item builds, and yeah, just gonna talk about my playstyle and explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Yeah, so let's get started. So talking about my runes and mastery pages. For runes, I just take the same page for every game. You can just change a little bit, but you don't really need to, because it's just almost perfect. Like, scaling MR is just good in almost any case, except they really have no magic damage. You can also take flat CDR in the blues, but yeah, I don't really like it too much. It helps you with clearing early, but you don't really need it. You can also take flat MR when you're against like Elise, Rumble and Cassidon or something like that in the mid, top and jungle, but this is so rare, and when they have such a bad team comp, you're most likely to gonna win anyways, because you're just gonna outscale this kind of comps. So yellows, yeah, it's pretty much the same the same thing. Yeah, I take HP per level yellows because they are just broken as
Mayonnaise,
and like almost everyone is playing them. You can also take flat armor or armor per level against heavy AD team comps, but that's not really necessary. But if you want to become a Nunu one trick and just want 20 rune pages full of Nunu, then you can do it. I can't really think about any replacements for the move speed queens, because they are just so good on Nunu. Like, I can't imagine playing him without them. It's just, you clear faster indirectly because you move from camp to camp faster. You're faster at counter jungling, you can't be caught that easily, and you can just chase the enemy down. It's just broken because you have no gap closer, and so you have even higher value on them. Attack speed reds, yeah, I wouldn't really recommend taking anything else. Like, magic penetration is pretty much useless, like anything, but attack speed is just bad on reds. Like really anything, just take attack speed reds. Moving on with my mastery page, I take Fury, Fresh Blood, Natural Talent, Battle Trance, Unyielding, Siege Master, Runic Armor, Fearless, Swiftness and Stormbomb Pact. Like, there are not many replacements, but a little, but it's not really that important. You can, for example, take Expose Weakness, except instead of Fresh Blood. You can take whatever, Tough Skin or Explorer. It doesn't really matter too much, but I think Siege Master is just the best. You can also take Veteran Scar, but the sustain you get from Runic Armor is just really, really good, and I would recommend taking it. You can take Insight instead of Fearless, but you don't really need your flash that often on Nunu, to be honest. It's just better to be more tanky. And Swiftness and Legendary Guardian is just dependent on the matchup. Like, if you need the tenacity and slow resistance, just get Swiftness, and if you don't, then get Legendary Guardian. And Stormbomb Pact is irreplaceable. You will need that every game. It's just the best option for Nunu in every single game. It's just better than Grasp, because Grasp is just only against champion, but the 5% total health is also against jungle mobs. And the 5% scale up with the Cinderhike percentage health. Yeah, that's basically it. So you can decide what you take each game, but if you just copy my mastery page, you're good to go in every game. And same for the runes. So if you want it easy, just take this rune and mastery page every game and you're good to go. So my item build is pretty easy to explain. Like, every game you start with a Hunter's Machete and a refillable potion. like every single game. I've not started once with anything else because it doesn't make sense to me. You have a pretty good sustain, and the machete with the attack speed is just better than the Hunter's Talisman, especially because you have no AoE damage. Like the Talisman is just good because some champions have AoE damage or don't auto attack. Like Fiddlesticks doesn't auto attack that much because he has a strain, and champs like Hecarim have the Q that has AoE damage. But Nunu doesn't have anything of that, and that's why Talisman makes no sense. And with your passive, you're gonna get a lot of free spells, and so you don't really need that mana regen early. So just start with the Hunter's Machete. So on your first back, what you want to do is, depending on how much gold you have, just finish your Cinder Hike as fast as possible. Try not to build anything between that. Like, the only exception is when you just have enough gold for boots, but not for a ruby crystal, then get boots instead of a ruby crystal. But otherwise, I would just get first the Trekker's Knife, then the ruby crystal into Barmies, and then just finish the Cinder Hike. It's just the best. And an early Trekker's Knife is pretty good for getting vision for you and your team. It's just really, really important that you can track down where the enemy jungler is, or even at least guard your own jungle and guard your laners, so they don't feed as hard as they did this game. Yeah, then most of the time I'm gonna get Devious, because they're just the most broken boots in the game. Like, there's coming a patch pretty soon where they get nerfed, and I'm not sure if they are that great after that anymore. But if so, then just build them, except they have like almost no AD, or so heavy CC that you really need the mercs. But the thing is, Devious just reduce the damage of the enemy ADC so hard, it's like almost impossible to leave them out. And also, Devious reduce the damage that you get from monsters, and especially like Baron and Dragon, that you're gonna be doing a lot. And also like every single auto attack that enemy champions deal to you, like even the mid laner or the support, they auto attack you, and this is all reduced by the Devious, so they are most likely the best option to go. So after that, dependent on who is fed in the enemy team or which resistances you need, like you're gonna build full tank any game. Like, there's no game where I would build any AP items or something. Expect the old Abyssal Scepter, but they've changed it, so it doesn't really make sense. So you're most likely gonna get a Spectral Coal. I don't know how it's pronounced. Spectral Coal. I'm gonna put a picture of it into this video. So whatever, you're gonna get this if you need magic resistance, and if you don't need it at all, like no magic resistance needed right now, then just rush a Frozen Heart. Straight rush it. Most of the time I'm gonna get, dependent on of how much gold I have, I get the thing is, I don't know any, so, and if there's no really are needed early, then you're just gonna rush a Frozen Heart. So most of the time I'm gonna get the Glacial Shroud first, and then the Warden's Mail, but it's different. The thing is, when I have 1.6k, I like to get the Glacial Shroud and two Cloth Armors. But if I have less, then I just get the Warden's Mail and one Cloth Armor, like with 1.3k or 1k back. It's just like, in my opinion, better to buy one of the components and as maximum Cloth Armors as you can get, because just one Mana Crystal is useless. But a Glacial Shroud isn't useless, because you get the CDR, if you know what I mean. It's basically just useless if you get on your back a Warden's Mail and a Cloth Armor and a Mana Crystal, because the Mana Crystal is worthless. So I prefer getting Glacial Shroud and two Cloth Armors. So then you get a Frozen Heart as fast as possible, and then you get your, if you took the MR first, just finish your Spirit Visage, or just buy a complete Spirit Visage if you need the MR now. If you still don't need the MR, then just go Renduin's or Thornmail. I really like Thornmail as a third item. Like, you lack a bit of HP, but when you have Thornmail and Frozen Heart, you can easily do solo burn without any threat. It's just easy. And also, when you are pretty fat, you can even do a 20-minute Baron with Frozen Heart, like Bambi Cinder and Devious most of the time. Like, not every time, but when you have a Mountain Drake, for example, it's really easy. But I wouldn't risk to do it every time when you just have a Frozen Heart in the bummies. But when you're really fat and have a Frozen Heart and a Spirit Visage and Tab Ice, you can 100% do it. Or Frozen Heart, Tab Ice and Thornmail, you can easily do it. But most likely it's not really gonna be necessary to solo Nash, but I've done it as I started playing Nunu a lot of times, but it's just better to group with the team and then win a team fight out of that because, yeah, it's most of the time just better. But when your whole team sucks and you're gonna lose team fights, you can maybe try to cheese a Baron solo, but yeah. So as I said, get a Thornmail third or a Randuin's if they have no AP, and if they do, just get your Spirit Visage. And after that, just keep building armor and HP items, and it doesn't really matter too much what you build. You can build a Solary or just a ZZ Rod. It doesn't really matter. It's just about getting tanky and not about dealing damage, because you have pretty high base damage. Not that high base damage, but it's really, really good. And when you follow my playstyle, you're most of the time gonna be ahead, and you're really strong. And what I like about Thornmail is it also works pretty well against jungle monsters, and you have even faster clear than you already have. So if you're against full AP, what I don't really see as often, I guess I've played 1 or 2 times against full AP, then you're just gonna get your Mercs and your Spirit Visage and skip out the Frozen Heart completely. But the thing is, they will always have an AD carry. Like, if they don't have an AD carry and play with 4 or 5 AP champions, then they are super retarded, then just stack MR. Like, don't really need to say anything about that. Like, if they have an AD carry, you're most likely going to build that Frozen Heart, because the CDR is good and you can just rush the enemy ADC, as I will explain later on. Yeah, that's it about the item build, and now I'm gonna present you the game that I've played and comment about every decision I made, and yeah, hopefully you can get something out of it. So here we go, guys. The game is gonna start. I was duo with Hentai Riven Master. He was playing AD carry for our team, but his support was just, I don't know what he was doing. I guess he was trolling or something. But I remember he was autofilled and autofilled supports. He was a main kindred, obviously, as his name said. But I don't really want to talk too much about teammates, because yeah, there are many games where your team just feeds like horrible. And yeah, nothing more to talk about that. So yeah, we are the purple team. I don't know which team is the purple team, but I guess this is the purple team and the other one is the blue team. So what I did here is I started with the Hunter's Machete and the refillable potion, as I said before, and just straight gonna move to my blue buff and yeah, take it with my bot lane together. They were even AFK, and so I had a pretty bad time at level 1, but that wasn't too big of a deal. So I stand right here, because when they come from behind I see them and just can run down here, or when they sandwich me I can flash over the wall. Like, this is just, in my opinion, the best place to guard your buff when you're alone, and it's also a pretty decent spot in like every game. But the problem would be if they go around here and wait in that brush, they could just easily take me. But the thing is, nobody really does that. That didn't happen to me at all. Like, they most of the time just gonna run down here. Like, nobody's gonna wait as a top laner until the minions are spawned for like 20 seconds and still stand in this brush. That's just stupid. Nobody does that. But yeah, there are exceptions. There are weird playstyles. There are some random moves, or they just want to annoy you and do a random move. But that doesn't really happen too often. So I just do my first clear. Usually you get a better leash. The thing is, my goal as Nunu is just to get as strong as possible, while yeah, getting as much vision as possible for my team and like track the enemy jungler, so they are safe. Like, you should maybe already know Nunu's abilities. Right here, I'm gonna get to my Gromp, because it's just right now the most gold I can get when I just clear the nearest camps around me. But the thing is, when you know Nunu's abilities, you know that you can't really just go on a lane and gank it for free, because you have no gap closer, and you only CC is a slow. Like, the slow is pretty great, but if you're like Lee Sin that has super high damage, you don't have that as Nunu. Or you have a Vi that has a gap closer and a knock up, or a knock back, not sure what it is. Or you have like an Elise with the cocoon, with a stun. Like, you can just gank a lot better with these champions than with Nunu. But Nunu has other benefits, like his consume dealing super much damage, and you can just kill objectives very fast. I'm maxing my Q this game. What I did is I didn't smite the first 3 camps, and so I smited this one and ate a little raptor. It's a little bit of wasted damage, but it's not too much. And I've also considered taking other runes because the small chickens here always survive with 28 HP. That's why I've been considering taking AD Quints, but it's just no replacement for the move speed Quints. So what happened is my top lane got ganked. Like, that wasn't obvious against the Pantheon level 3, but yeah, whatever. He got ganked and died. And that was actually a pretty funny situation. Let's watch it again. Alright, like, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Right here, he thought he could just TP out as he's in his egg, but yeah, he still died. But the thing is, I don't get confused by that or anything. Like, I couldn't really do much about that. Look how much HP they have. And if I was there, it didn't really matter at all. Like, how am I supposed to kill these 2 guys? Like, a level 3 Nunu is really, really weak, and I've also put 2 points into my Q. And so there was no reason for me to be there. It was just his mistake to overstay against such a good level 3 engage on them. Like, he even warded this lane. And yeah, when you push in like that and play aggressive, it's obvious that you're gonna get ganked as a top laner. And so it was his fault and not mine that he was ganked. Because many low elo players just blame their jungler when they lose their lane. But like 99% of the deaths are just stupid mistakes by themselves. And they could easily prevent that. Or not easily prevent that, but they could prevent that. But sometimes it's also your fault when you just don't take a very good opportunity. Or you just ruin something horribly as a jungler. But you just always gotta think about where you are at this game and if it was really a mistake by you or not. But you should really consider it, and yeah, if you think it's not, then it's not. But the thing is, many low elo players don't even really get what they are doing wrong because they lack in knowledge. But that's not a big deal. I mean, just play the game and improve and watch my videos because I'm gonna do some advice videos. So, it was not my fault that she died, but she has no TP and has to walk back to lane because she wasted it. Alright, what I'm doing is just kill my Crux because it's the fastest gold I can get. Like, the fastest gold you can get except for ganking is when you just clear the camps in a straight line because you don't waste too much time at clearing camps. I'm gonna explain like the minor things even in this guide, so even lower elo players can just get something out of it. So the thing is, the crab is good for vision, but it doesn't really give as much XP and gold as the other camps give, and it's a little bit more risky to take them. As Nunu, you can just when you have your consume level 2, you can do 2 autos and a Q, an import Q, and it's already down. But still, it's just better to clear your other jungle camps first. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm eating at 4 stacks of my passive, so I have my passive up now, and I've been putting a vision ward in here. So if Pantheon comes, or I even see if it's warded there, and it's not, and if Pantheon comes, I can just back out because I see him pretty early. But I was a bit afraid because, I don't know, it wasn't really needed to be that afraid, but I've put some wards over here because I wanted to take a solo dragon. Like, what you see now is, these camps are all gone, so what I could either do is wait until it's up, or I can make use of my time and take a dragon. As Nunu, you can take dragons easily solo, this stage of the game, especially the air drag. That can be really tough sometimes because it's the strongest single target DPS. These guys are thinking, oh, I gotta help my Nunu, but it's just stupid from them, because when they are already pinging. The enemy team is already pinging. Like, this Pantheon already knows it. Oh no, he doesn't. But yeah, when they just move up to me, it's just obvious that I'm doing it. Like, it's already a pretty obvious move, but yeah, like, even in especially in lower elos, they don't expect it. So I smite it, and I take it, and I go away. So when you clear your camps in a straight line, you don't waste that much time moving, like, obviously. So if I start with my Gromp and then take my Crux, I just go from there to the Crux and don't get any XP or gold from the whole way, like, up here. And when I clear him in a straight line, like Gromp, Wolf, Raptors, and then Crux, I get the most out of it. But like what happened here is my bot lane died, and the enemies pushed the wave into it. What they did, it's pretty stupid to leave it like that, because now it can freeze. I don't really want to explain freezing in this guide, but you can also watch a video about lane freezing, because it's really, really important to know. Like, when you don't know how to freeze a lane, it just sucks, because you can, as a laner also, and as a jungler, you can ruin lanes or win lanes just by wave control. So you gotta learn this. And now I've left this wave, like, the enemies lose the most creeps possible. Like, you see all these creeps die without any enemy being in the area. And I've left many creeps of ours right here. So they can keep the wave over here, and the enemies are losing XP where they can safely farm. But they've failed a little bit at wave controlling. But that doesn't really matter too much. So, and after that I tried to guard my Twisted Fate right here, and failed my ult. That was really stupid. I don't know what I was singing there, but I've guarded my Twisted Fate so he doesn't die. Next, because they saw me right here, I guess they assumed me to do my Raptors after that, and if Pantheon came, I died. Like, a smarter Pantheon player would have just ran to my Raptors and killed me there if I did them. I don't think he did that, but that's the reason why I just went up to my Crux and did them, even though it would have been more efficient to take these. But as I said, I didn't really want to get killed by Pantheon. So our top lane is getting ganked again, and I can't really do anything about that. It's just her being stupid, having no... Or does she have flash? I'm not sure. But it's just... Yeah, it's just so dumb to just overextend without even warding. I could have warded for her, but I wasn't really in the spot to do so. And I'm not sure if I even had wards left, because I put so many down here. So, as I already told before, I finished my Tracker's Knife and my Bummies. At my first back, I'm not sure what I got, but it should have been a Tracker's Knife. Yeah, I just got my Tracker's Knife. So yeah, I went back and took the blue buff. My Twisted Fate was just really bad, and so I took it. Like, that's a little bit different to think about. Like, many people are like, oh, you're toxic, you're taking the mid laner's blue buff, but when your mid laner's... Oh, wait. In the beginning he wasn't really that bad. I didn't really notice, I thought he sucked, but whatever. Like, you are the jungler, you can decide if you want to give these things to your laners or not. And if you don't, it's totally fine. But yeah, later I would definitely recommend to give your teammates the buffs. But like this game, as you're gonna see later, it's probably not been a bad decision to take a lot for myself. So yeah, I just continue clearing my jungle and get as strong as possible, because there are no really gank opportunities. The thing is, if I wanted to gank mid, this guy is pushed in anyways, but he has his E up. So the only opportunity we can kill him is when he overextends on Twisted Fate, tries to go all in and wastes his jump. But that's not really how I want to play, because that's just like pretty risky to do, because the chance that you're just gonna risk wasting your time is super high. Because this Fizz is already behind, and if he goes all in, it's just stupid. So most likely he's not gonna do it. The only way we can kill him is when Twisted Fate lands a stun and he has his E not up and we just chase him down. But then there's also the risk of Pantheon counter ganking, but this guy, to our luck, sucked. But whatever, this game I just want to farm up. Top lane is so behind. Like, a low elo top lane I would have just cried like, I'm so behind, help me, I get no ganks. But the thing is, if you gank top lane in this situation, it would have been so stupid. Oh, red there, I could have been there actually. Whatever, that might be a mistake of mine, but she just got all in and that's really hard to predict. And as I saw that Irelia was low, I just moved up and took the free kill. I mean, even if Pantheon was there, it could have been... Okay, with Pantheon it could have been pretty risky, but I saw a mid. But whatever, yeah, I took that kill, and when we see now, I'm 59 CS, Pantheon is 21. He has a little bit high kill participation, but I bet I have a lot more gold than him, because I used my time better at clearing the camps. I mean, many people are like, oh, you gotta get as much lane pressure as possible and all of this stuff, but to be honest, it's just about how much gold can you get without preventing your team getting gold. And after that, when you have a guaranteed to be pretty strong in this game, then you can see if you can help out your teammates. Like, I would always save my team if it is not a risk for me, but I wouldn't try so hard to get my team ahead, because when you get this herald or the turrets, dragons, it's just a lot more lead for your team. But as I said, when you can gank something for free, just do so. Like, you can also play different, but that's the way I play, and that's, in my opinion, the best way to play jungle Nunu. I maybe should have checked this brush and cleared the pink ward, because I would have seen it then, but I didn't do that. Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. When you have your consume that high, you can just eat the crab and it's gone instantly. The thing is, right here, I saw Pantheon mid being pretty low, and right here I'm still half HP and have my flash up, so I'm pretty safe to go into his jungle because I saw Irelia being dead, like I killed her, and Fizz recalling. And so I'm pretty safe to just clear his side of the jungle, because counter jungling is always a good thing. Because it doesn't only give you gold, it also denies him gold and XP. And so every time you can counter jungle for free, just do it. But like, you always gotta think, okay, might they be coming for me, or can I just take that and go away, or can I contest it? But most of the time your solo queue teammates are not gonna move towards you when you're getting caught, and in many cases it's not even smart of them, so you always gotta know if you can do it. So right here, I just take that. And if you haven't noticed yet, Nunu's passive has been changed. Like, I guess everyone who's watching this guide at least knows Nunu's abilities. I'm gonna max Q and then E, by the way, and third my W and my ultimate whenever I can. And what I'm doing here is pretty interesting. That's not what many players do, but I really like doing it. It's like 10-minute mark, and I got some vision around here. That's what I tried to set up for, because a 10-minute solo herald can do really a lot, and that's why I'm doing it. I just take this guy solo. Or am I? Yeah, I am. Devious coming, but I'm pinging her back because I don't want her to be here and make it obvious that I'm doing it. Like, if they know like 100% that I'm doing it, then Pantheon is just gonna ult towards me. I can't know that he's just here and that useless. Yeah. I maybe could have checked how useful he is, but yeah, I've had my focus on some other things. So it's 9-2 for the enemies. I'm 1-0, but my farm is pretty good and I'm pretty fat, to be honest, because I'm level 9. Others here, like my Nivea that died again, is level 6. Pantheon is already is level 6 too, and I'm 3 levels above him. And like, what is my Brom doing here? What is he doing here at all? Like, where do you want to be here? And the thing is, why would I invest my time into saving such people? Like, when I can save him for free, it's fine. But when he does the wrong call and dies, it doesn't have anything to do with me. So I just keep playing my game. and deal with a new situation. So right there, I know I can't contest this dragon because I have an AD carry, but my support is dead. And yeah, mid lane actually has a bit control, but he's behind as well now because he got ganked. And yeah, there's basically no way we can win a fight right there because we're just 3v4. And so I just give this dragon up. But I'm not sure if anything happened there, but I guess they're just getting this dragon for free. But I keep farming. Like, there's no way to, no reason to just stick around here and check, oh, are they doing this dragon? Can I maybe steal? Like, Thresh is 100% gonna stop me from that. He has too much CC and a knockback and his ultimate and everything. He can just stop me easily, or they just kill me when I go here. So I don't waste my time watching around and like, oh, they're doing dragon, what are we doing, what are we doing? I just keep farming my jungle because I need this gold and XP and don't want to waste any time. Like, I have 1 kill, but I'm so fat just because I didn't waste my time and used it properly by getting the jungle when I can't get anything else. Right there I see I really overextending, and so I just run up and skip these camps. And yeah, we can take her down. Like, Twisted Fate is getting engaged by her, and I just use my ultimate to guarantee that kill. I take it as well. The thing is, as Nunu, you can pretty much take kills. That's not a big deal. Like, you're gonna be super strong. As you see in this game, I'm really strong. You're gonna see later how strong I am. But you can also give it to your laners. It's up to you. And also up to which champs they are playing. But I felt like these guys were playing pretty bad anyways, except this TF. He was okayish, or he was even in this lane, and he gave up this turret because, yeah, it was pretty smart to do so. But we just spawn this Herald on top because the enemies are not coming for it, and take this out, push this out. And again, I just take his jungle because I want to get this lead for myself and deny him XP and gold. Like, this was pretty safe too, because Pantheon is really behind, can't contest, and the enemy top laner is dead. Like, now he comes, but yeah, the reason that I die, the risk that I would die there was really low. But right now you see, it's 1 to 3 towers for them. They have 1 Drake, we have 1 Drake, but it's 13 to 3 and 2 kills are on me. So it doesn't really look great at all. But what I do is I try to keep my farm up and just wait for them to throw. Like, every lane is behind. Like, every lane, especially top lane, is super useless. He has 45 CS to run 105. And I don't really trust these guys. Like, when I see her playing like that early, I don't really trust her being good later on in the game. So I just try to carry by myself and maybe do something with this TF. So my Braum is getting caught again, and I just back out. I'm giving him the speed buff, so he might get away. But yeah, Anivia came too, and I just peaced out. It would have been stupid to give them my shutdown for free, and I know they can't kill me here, so I just peace out. So now it's 50 to 3 for them, and this is so tough to deal with. And right here, what I'm thinking is, okay, I might try to take the red buff, but move down here, because 3 are coming from there, and these are the guys with the CC. He has his shark, but yeah, I wasn't really too afraid of that because I could have flashed it. So this is kind of a risky play, but I thought that I had to take the risk to just try to at least get this red buff, even though it might have been a stupid play. So right there, what I was thinking is just consume smite it and get it down. But as I saw Thresh coming, I just peaced out. Because if he eat me and these guys moved, I would have been dead, 100%. So I just peace out again. Oh no, actually I thought we could maybe catch Fizz now because these guys are not moving. But I don't think that we get him. Yeah, we don't. Actually doing no. Okay, genau. Right there, I think. Genau. Okay, right there, I think. Okay, they can't really get anything because Anivia is clearing the wave. So I just keep farming my jungle. Like, I can't. Just because we're losing, that doesn't mean that I can't get any gold anymore. because I'm still super fat. I'm probably the strongest player on this whole map. I might be even stronger than this Irelia because my farm is so high, and Nunu is just a strong champion. And I've already built some armor, and so I'm pretty strong against this Irelia anyways. My team is fighting pretty... Yeah, I think that's really just stupid to fight there. What they should have done is just hold these turrets so they can't push it down and wave clear and hope that the enemies are gonna throw, because we also outscale them. Pantheon is gonna be super useless late game, even though he's already super useless. Xayah isn't the best late game AD carry too. And overall, I just feel like that our team comp scales a lot better into the late game. And that's what I wanted to make use of. Just keep my farm up, don't die, don't throw, and don't lose the game. Just keep it up. So right there, I recoil because I see my team is dead and I want to def this top lane, I guess. This should be what I'm doing. Well, we're gonna catch somebody out. But right there, you just gotta realize, my whole team is behind. And we also got no turrets. And so there's no reason at all to go like here or something. Or here, or try to get gold down there, because the way to get back to your safety places is way too long. And so you're just gonna die. And so prefer not getting anything than die. Because the worst thing you can do is die. And what I usually do on Nunu is get a frozen heart, but this game was pretty special because I just wanted as much tankiness as possible, and I didn't really care too much about CDR and this stuff, because I'm not gonna clear a lot of camps anyways in the near future, because I can't go here, because when they have everything warded. That's also something that low elo players don't understand. When you're losing like that, the enemies are just warding everything. They know where you are, and you can't jungle anymore. You can just defend your base or jungle when you know that it's safe. But in this game, I don't really think that the clear speed should be higher, because I can't really farm anymore in this situation. So right there, I kinda... I went pretty ham on that, because I knew Pantheon wasn't there, and we saw Irelia in the top lane, and I just got my power spike with my Thornmail, and so we catch out Xayah. But I don't think we can get anything else. But the thing is, how you just want to play is defend your base and try to get a comeback, and don't greed at all. When you die, I am 3-0-0. When I die once, this game is over, because I am the only one who can do anything right now. I'm super strong, and the rest is just pretty weak. It's basically what it is. Twisted Fate is a little bit useful, but our Lucian is 0-5, Braum is support anyways, and our top lane, I've already talked about that. And TF is also 1-3, and we are super behind the turrets. Like the team gold, we are 8k gold behind. How are we supposed to win normal 5v5 fights or contest any objectives? So right there, I just farm the bot lane, because that's the only safe gold I can get in this situation. And yeah, I can't really face check anywhere here, because I don't really have enough vision. So what I'm doing is just go base and wait until the enemies throw. Oh yeah, what am I buying? Yeah, I'm just going... Right there I see Fizz is going Gunblade, and also has a Sheen, which deals physical damage. And Gunblade has also AD. And I felt like I didn't really need that MR. Like when I eat the full Fizz combo, that's most likely not gonna happen. I'm pretty much dead, yeah. But as I already mentioned, we are not gonna fight 5v5 fights straight. And against these three dudes, I'm super good deft. Like I already have 237 armor at 16 minutes. Like how are they supposed to kill me without Fizz? It's like I can tank for ages. And if they attack me, they are gonna damage themselves through by this Thornmail. Like Thornmail is just a better PvP item than Frozen Heart. But overall I really like the Frozen Heart because of that clear speed, and it's almost the same with Thorn. I don't know what I just wanted to say. Like there we see Irelia in a pretty bad spot, and just catch her out. That was pretty decent, and TF also TP'd in. Not sure if that was necessary, but yeah, right there we just waited for it to throw. Like we were in this here, we knew we had vision control in this top side. Like, I don't know. Wait. I gotta think a second. What? Why do they have They have like 0 wards. It's ridiculous actually. But they should have been warding our whole jungle because they are so ahead. Like the enemies are playing it super bad as well, but they are just fat now. But right there we just saw her overextending, and we had a little bit of vision control and saw that nobody was coming from our jungle or something, and so we could just pick her off. And she gave, yeah, it's a pretty big deal for a 7 and 2 Irelia to just give us a free kill. Yeah, right there. The enemies are doing the Drake. I'm not sure if we are contesting it. Yeah, I think I was in a TeamSpeak with him, and we were like, okay, we see Fizz on top lane, he's farming, and Irelia's dead, and so we can easily contest this one. So what I'm doing there is, I know I'm pretty low in HP, and what I want is get 1 consume off and a smite, and so I heal back up, plus get the dragon for our team. That would be just better to chase this right here, because Xayah probably gonna die anyways. And as I said, I just wanted to tank more because I already saw Irelia teleporting in, and I don't want to die for free and give up dragon. So what I'm doing is I consume the dragon, smite it, and now I have a lot more HP. She can't kill me, and we turn on Irelia. Yeah, but actually the thing was our Lucian died for that. That might really be a misplay by me. That might actually be, but yeah, we get this fresh after that, and yeah, it's fine. We got a dragon, we got... How many kills did we get? We got 3 kills, and we can stall out the game more longer. So, as a conclusion, when you're super behind, you can just, yeah, can't just go where you want. It's just you gotta farm safe. You gotta wait for them to throw, you gotta wait for the comeback. And when you don't fall behind as a jungler, because you still don't die and you always get gold when you can, you're gonna carry the game, as you see here. I'm so strong, I'm the strongest player on the map, I even highest level in a losing team. Which is, yeah, pretty good, and I go back to farming. And obviously always place wards. So the gold lead from the enemy team is just 6k gold now. It was 8, I guess. There I just sidestepped the hook. That was pretty greedy by me to actually be there, but I survived. Okay, and Pantheon's ulting in. I think we turn on them. Yeah, we turn on them. Because Pantheon... Wait, what? Yeah, sometimes I don't really remember what has happened. But yeah, I just want to make clear that the whole playstyle in such a game where you're super behind is just about surviving and waiting for the enemy to throw, and not try to engage on them in any way when it's not just pretty much 100% safe. Like when we get ace once, the game's over. And so we can't really afford to die at all. So what I want to do here is get a little bit of gold by these bad boys here, and also be in the area around Nash, because if they want to rush it, like they can, it would be just super bad. I'm not sure, I guess I die or something. Ah, no. Right there I just realized that we are in a pretty good spot, because they have blown a little bit on me, and I can just ult right here and zone these guys off, because if they walk into my ultimate to get to my teammates, they are just gonna eat a lot of damage, and they are super hard slowed. And we can just catch this Thresh out. Like as you see here, Fizz failed his ultimate, and this guy is already super low, and we can just kill him. And as we just saw, I am very tanky, and so I'm not in too much danger. So right there, this is a pretty good spot, because Thresh got caught by the Nivea, and I'm just too tanky to get bursted by them. Because as I already mentioned, Fizz is not there even. These guys have super low damage against me, because I have so much stacked armor. That would like be an exception when I see they have one AP, but he's building like weird AD stuff. You can just go for this armor. So right there, I cancelled my ultimate to kill Fresh because he was about to run out it. But there we see Xayah ult, and what I wanted to do is just focus her, but I underestimated the damage they did to me, and that was a mistake by me. I should have just backed out. But oh no, I remember the situation. I was like, alright, am I really gonna survive? And then I saw, oh, I got this Fist W. But this fight overall wasn't too bad because we get many of them. And even though I did a little mistake by going in, we still get a pretty nice comeback on that. Twisted Fate is also catching Xayah. And right, this is a moment where we start to get a chance because we are starting to outscale them. They failed to finish the game and they got us some kills, and my team is getting ahead slowly too. Like this Twisted Fate is almost, okay, I wouldn't say he's almost even, but he's at least useful now. And so what we're doing is just keep this game stalled. No, I survived, and I somehow wanted to get this Baron because I thought we are behind and we gotta do something. We somehow gotta play around this Nash. Because as Nunu, as you might have seen in my montage, it's just super OP to get this Baron. Because when you have an import Q, you deal, the normal Q is dealing 980 and an import Q deals 1120, I guess, or 40. Right there it was just stupid to start it, but it wasn't that big of a deal because the enemies weren't fast enough to get towards me. And yeah. So we're just gonna wait out and wait for them to throw again because we're still behind. Like we have 2 turrets to 6 and we're still behind in 5k gold. So what I don't want to do is just straight up fight 5v5. Like when they're not fighting it super dumb, then we're gonna lose it, even though Pantheon is super weak. Right there. I always gotta think because the game was yesterday and I've been recording in 2 days. And it's also my first gameplay commentary ever, so don't be too hard to me. And yeah, right there, I saw they are down here, and we can probably just rush this Baron because we are already all there. And we have super high DPS on the Nash. Because when I give Lucian the attack speed buff, and I have my consume, and I already got my Frozen Heart, which means I have a really fast clear with my CDR. My armor is 300, so I can tank this forever. And my team is coming, so I know we can do it really fast. And there was the major throw. 2 of them were back. That was super stupid because they didn't realize we can just rush this guy so fast. And right there we just take it. We just, even though we are so behind, 20 to 12, while being most of the gold on me, we just take this, boom, smite it, and right there, Pantheon is ulting in. First of all, I just wanted to back out because I was like, okay, we got this nest, buy items, regroup, and then fight them. But Pantheon ulted in the center of us. And so I just wanted to turn on Pantheon, and he was in a super bad spot because his team was just about to move, but he was already in us. And we have a Twisted Fate with his gold card. I have a little bit of damage, and I am basically a frontliner. So he just rushed into 5 of us, which was super bad. Like, look at this situation. He has 5 people around him, and the others are just joining the fight. And so I knew we could just turn on him and burst him down because he was, I mean, 1.2k HP. I mean, even our Twisted Fate is almost 2k. So this is just ridiculous of him going in here. And so, yeah, we just take him off. And right there, I'm like, alright, we have a Baron buff. This gives us like super high stats, like 40 AP, 40 AD or something. And I know now we can fight. Now we are not that much behind anymore. And now we have this Baron buff and already 1 pick. And so I know we can just chase. And that's what I was talking about later in the guide. When you are fat as me, this game, and have a lot of armor, you can just solo the enemy AD carry. That's not a big deal, because they don't deal as much damage to you. And AD carry is always kite, but she can't really kite that well because she has reduced attack speed, and especially this Thornmail dealing 55 damage every single auto attack she deals to me. So I've used my ultimate, she attacks me, and I can just rush her down easily. Okay, this was actually pretty close, but I had 2 HP, alright. But yeah, still. And I died. That was also dumb. But still, like when you have so much armor, your how is it called in English? Your exercise in the team fight is to go for the enemy AD carry, because he can't hurt you. And when you go for the AD carry, he is slowed in attack speed with your E, and you have so much armor that they can't get you down. And also, as a Nunu, you have pretty high base damage with an E-max, and you most likely, when you're fed, you can just 1v1 the enemy AD carry, and the enemy AD carry is not gonna get any damage towards your teammates. And so that's really important. But you can also sometimes peel for your team. So right there, our Lucian got a triple kill, and right there's the moment where we are not behind anymore, and then we start to snowball the game and win it, like straight. Because it's only 2k, and 2k isn't really a lot, and these guys also get a turret now. And now we should be even ahead, because their jungler is so bad. And yeah, that's basically it. So what you should learn from this game is to minimize the time you waste. So like get as much gold as possible from your time, not like this Pantheon who has 50 CS in minute 24. And try to get as much gold as possible for yourself without being into a dangerous spot. Like realize when the enemies is doing a mistake, and take advantage of that. But don't try to be a dumbass and try to force everything that badly. That's just not the way how it works. Because when you force something too badly, you're too predictable in your playstyle. So what you're gonna do is you just play this safe down and get what you can get, and yeah, just win the game by that, and then just do the better Nash calls like this, or yeah, just be the better player overall. So it's not your fault when your team overextends and dies like this Anivia in the early game. But I have to admit, later she played it pretty well. Like, I'm not sure if I should even show you how this game ends, because right there it's obvious that we are gonna win if you don't play it stupid. Right there I just solo this Irelia and already see that TF going for it, because I have so much armor she can't really do anything against me, as we see here. Twisted Fate is coming too, and we just pick her off. And we're just, yeah, realizing they're doing so many mistakes and just straight up win the game off that. And I don't really think that I should talk a lot more about what is happening now. Like, these guys are still not playing better, especially this Braum is just, I don't know. I guess they even got something out of that that was just a pretty stupid and risky play, I don't know. But whatever, I don't think that I need to talk about this, the end of the game anymore. I'm probably also gonna upload a game where my team doesn't suck, and maybe explain how the playstyle changes of that. Right here I also got a Randuin because I pretended them to be full AD, because I think Fist can't deal that much damage to me, and he's probably not gonna be on me all the time anyways, but because if he is, then my backline is just gonna deal damage for free. Because the Fist most likely is gonna try to one-shot or Lucian or any one of these other guys, and probably not going for the tank, because that's not what an assassin does. So, thanks for watching this guide. I hope you've learned a lot, and yeah, see you guys next time.